going, guys? Hey! Looks like we've got Wrath of Wood, we've got a Shed, and we've got Mr. Jabin. What's up, you guys? How's it going? Let me go ahead and just flip on my music here so I can kind of enjoy that in the background while I'm chatting with you guys. You know, I did that thing again today. I did that thing again today where I told myself I wasn't going to do a stream. And, here I am doing a stream. You know, it's actually really funny because I've had people talk to me before saying how it's very easy to kind of, like, once you start getting in the rhythm of, like, making content and doing streams and stuff like that, you start to get, like, addicted to it. And that's, I feel like something that's been happening to me a lot where it's like I have these days where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just not going to stream today. I'm not going to do it. Like, I can't. I shouldn't. Like, I shouldn't do this today. And then I just end up doing it anyways, you know? So that's kind of what's been... What's that say, Shed? Oh, I see. That was kind of weird. There was a bit of a delay to your comment. Says, I'm adding another tier to the 4-bank bamboo auto harvester. Very nice. Playing some Minecraft stuff. I just haven't been in the mood for Minecraft. I still love it. It's not that I've given up on playing Minecraft. It's that I just need a break, you know? And I'm definitely going to be back because I'm still watching information about all the updates coming up, and holy crap, does it look amazing. I'm actually pretty excited to kind of get into Minecraft when those new updates come out. Pretty excited about that. But yeah, Ratherwood says addicted to the spicy rhythms. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely, I feel like I'm pretty hooked as a content creator right now. And originally, the main thing that I said to myself of why I wasn't originally planning to do a stream today is actually because I have made my major first step into my next big, ambitious content project today. And I've been working on it for a good portion of the afternoon. I'll admit I was pretty lazy this morning, but I made a lot of progress today. I've kind of talked about it, like there's no point in hiding it because I've talked about it multiple times. I've told you guys that I am going to be doing a playthrough of Honey Pop 2. And that's a game where I really have to step up my content creation. I really have to step it up a lot. Because I need to get into action, new editing skills, new capabilities. I need to. It's gonna be pretty heavy duty work. Probably, this actually might end up being the first, the most ambitious content project that I've done so far. And like I said, all afternoon I've been doing all sorts of cool stuff. I don't know if. I don't know if you guys are on my Discord constantly or anything like that, but you guys might have noticed if you are on my Discord that I had the first Honey Pop game running for quite some time today. That's because I was doing some editorial experimental work using my software, my editing software, in order to kind of test the waters using the first Honey Pop game. Since I've played through the entire, well, not the entire game, but I've played through the majority of Honey Pop, like the first one, I didn't really care about using that as the experimental game in order to test my first bit of editorial work for beginning to record the new footage. So that's what I was doing today. And originally I was planning to just do it all day long today. I was going to not do a stream and just work nonstop on getting the software all set up in order to begin the Honey Pop 2 project. But I got a good amount of work done, and I'm really surprised by it that I was like, you know what, I feel like doing a stream and I feel like talking about what I've done a little bit. So that's kind of why I decided to do the lounge stream today, is because I wanted to reassure people that, you know, this is a project that I'm really going to do, and I don't want to just say that I'm doing it. I want to actively do it, and then kind of report to you guys, like, the progress that I've made on it so far. I'm not ready to actually record the first episode of it yet, because there are a few other things. I'm getting close to it. But there are a few other things that I need to experiment. I've gotten most of the work between functioning how my camera is going to transition through each of the styles of gameplay. But the main thing I really need to work on is I need to learn how to probably edit the videos so that I can censor content and stuff like that. That's something I've never done before, and that's going to be the next major step that I'll have to do in order to get the content creation rolling smoothly on it. Let's see, Ashed says, I really enjoyed the little nightmares and the survey. Minecraft when you're ready, no worries. Oh, I appreciate that, Ashed. I gotta admit, I was so salty yesterday, you guys, and I felt terrible about it. I hate it when I am clearly in a bad mood, and I'm in a bad mood on camera in front of people, because it's really embarrassing to me. I know that you guys are really chill and don't consider it that major of a deal, but it really makes me uncomfortable when I'm in a terrible mood on camera. And the thing that really sucked about that yesterday was I was already in a bad mood before I went on camera. And what happened was I was in a bad mood, and I was originally thinking like I wasn't going to stream yesterday, but I was like, you know what, if I just, get on camera and like kind of stream and do whatever I feel like that's going to put me in a better mood. And I was like, okay, well, like Little Nightmares, like that's the game I'm working on, like that should be pretty fun and interesting, and people will like it. And then that game took me from like annoyed into ultimate salt mode. I was very, very salty and upset yesterday, especially after playing the game. And I was trying so hard not to be. Like, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, I can't get salty. I need to sit here and think about what I'm doing, because I'm clearly doing something wrong. Like, this game can't be a bad game. Like, I have to, like, be, like, calm and relaxed and figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do in this game, because I don't want to be so angry about it. And oh my god, I was in such a bad mood yesterday, and that game did not help, no matter how many different ways I went about it. But I am glad that you guys are enjoying it despite my saltiness. Once again, anybody who's in here, if you guys were watching me play Little Nightmares yesterday, I heavily apologize for being so angry and salty, because I hate being that way on camera. It makes me... I do not like being mad on camera in front of people. That's something I really, really can't stand. Jabin says, should message G. He does quite a bit of video editing. I didn't know that. I know he's kind of implied it a couple times, but, yeah, I mean, I haven't, I talk with him whenever he comes into the streams, and we only just chat a little bit. But, I'm kind of trying to have a hands-on method with it. I'm kind of, like, trying to teach myself stuff. And I am actually, like, looking up tutorials. Like, YouTube itself has been really fantastic, which is really funny because, I've had, like, some people come and ask me some questions about, editing and streaming and stuff like that. And I keep having to tell them, because they ask me questions that I've had problems with myself. And I tell them, I was like, listen, like, just go on YouTube and, like, look it up and find an answer. You'll find it there. And, like, because that's what has been working for me, is I go on YouTube and I look up, like, like, how to use the different kinds of software that I'm using, and there's almost always a really helpful tutorial showing me how to do everything step by step. I haven't really too much run into many problems of, things that I haven't been able to handle on my own, So, yeah, I mean, maybe, I'll... if he ends up coming in and kind of brings it up, then maybe I'll chat with him more. But the thing is that I can't get over is I really do feel like that video editing is something I need to learn. Like, I have to learn this. Like, I can't be a content creator and not learn how to edit my own work. That's ridiculous. And I mean, maybe someday, like, I can have my own personal editor or whatever. But that's not where I'm at right now, and it would just be really ridiculous of me to kind of always expect other people to be able to do that for me, and I would like to have a hands-on approach. I'd like to know that at any given time, like, I can, like, edit my own content and make it work. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now, is I really want to really have a hands-on approach and teach myself that information as best as I can. And like I said, like, I'm really proud of myself today. I actually did a lot of work. I managed to learn how to, like, transition my camera angles into different ways. I learned how to kind of control the sound. There's already been a couple of things that I haven't been able to handle yet, but I feel like that it's, you know, not completely out of my grasp to be able to understand it. I just need to work a little harder on it, you know? So, but the point is, too, is, like, I just really wanted... It was mostly that I was really excited about it because I've made a lot of progress on it, but I also wanted to reassure people that I am working on making this Honey Pop 2 video series. And it feels like I said, that it's going to be probably one of the biggest projects I've worked on for video creation, because it's going to require probably a pretty decent amount of editing. I mean, I can't guarantee that it's going to be the most flashiest thing I've ever created, but like, there's just some editorial work that I absolutely need to learn, because otherwise it's just not going to fly on YouTube, like, in the slightest. Let's see. The extra work is worth it for the waifus. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing, is because, like, I'll be honest. I've actually, and I've had to do this a little bit. I have actually, even though I have not played the game at all yet, I've had to spoil the game a little bit by watching a couple of other content creators play it. Just so, like, and the only purpose that I've done that for is so that I could learn a little bit of how they're kind of editing the footage. And I was surprised to find that a lot of the really large creators that I'm watching that are, you know, doing Honey Pop 2 footage and heavily editing it, it seems like that, you know, other than a few of the small flashy things that they're doing, because they're large and they can do that, the edits seem really simple. They don't actually seem that overly complicated. Like, most of the stuff, like, for example, like, one of the edit styles that I was really nervous about learning how to do was what I was working on today, and I feel like I got a pretty good handle on it, to be honest. It's going to take some practice, but I really think I can handle it. Like, I wasn't expecting... Like, originally I was going about it in this really convoluted method. Originally I had this idea that what I was going to do, and it was so stupid, like, when I first came up with it, and I had to kind of review it and realize that it was not going to work, was I originally was planning on recording the game footage, like, by itself, and then recording me playing the game separately, and then trying to merge the footage of me playing and merging the actual gameplay footage together in a singular scene, and then editing, like, both pieces of footage separately and merging them together. And, like, that was the original idea that I had, and then I realized that I was, like, taking something that wasn't that complicated to do and way overcomplicating it. And then I kind of just had to, like, work with the software that I had and kind of realize, like, oh, like, I actually have really good control over this when I'm recording. I don't need to record two separate, complete different pieces of footage and then merge them together, because that's literally doubling the amount of work that I have to do. And I was really excited to find out that I didn't have to go about it in that complicated way, and that I could just kind of do it all simultaneously and make it function. The only problem, though, is that, well, it's not really a problem, it's just I'm practicing a lot. So, like, for example, all day today, I've been recording hidden footage that I'll probably never release to anybody. I've been recording footage of me experimenting with my software and kind of doing some gameplay experimentation with the first Honey Pop game. Just so I can understand the software and how it functions and how to, like, operate it and make it, you know, do what I want it to do. But that was really interesting, because I learned so much. Like, I was actually really surprised, because I was kind of, like, scared. I'll be honest, guys, like, I was kind of putting all of this off because I was really scared that I wasn't going to be able to, like, operate everything correctly. And then I was really surprised when I found out that I totally could do it. You know, like, I can totally do it. And, like, that feels awesome. So, yeah. I'm going to take a sip of water because I'm really thirsty. There was less water in there than I thought. That makes me sad because I'm still really thirsty. Oh, well. Javen says, I was just saying maybe he can offer advice on editing or good programs. Not do it for you. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I'd be down. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I'll have to, like, I mean, he comes on my channel every once in a while, and I wouldn't mind getting in touch with him a little bit more. Maybe I could see if he has... Sorry, my ear is itchy. These headphones are very, very uncomfortable. I'll see if, like, I can get him on the Discord or something, and maybe he'll want to chat with me on Discord and help me out. But I haven't run into anything, because the thing is, too, Jabin, I have, like, a couple of very nice people who know how to operate a lot of the software that I use, and they've helped me out multiple times. Cinder Shadow has been kind of my IT guy when it comes to using Streamlabs, which has been super awesome, because, I mean, you know, he has to kind of learn it as he goes along with it, but he's always very kind, and he's always very helpful with sharing that information with me and kind of assisting me in whatever kind of tech problems I have with Streamlabs. And then my other amazing person who helps me with pretty much everything else. He's helped me out with OBS, he's helped me out with Discord, he's helped me out with, like, camera issues and computer issues of all different kinds, is ya boy Lettuce, who is one of my Patreon members. He's just a really nice guy, and he's helped me out with so many different things. So I do have a couple of different people who are very kind and help me out with a lot of different things. But I definitely wouldn't mind, you know, Galen coming on and maybe helping me out a few times here and there if that's what he would want to do. I wouldn't want to, like, you know, try and coerce him into doing anything like that. Because I know he's also a very busy guy. Like, he's got a lot of very ambitious projects going on in his life. And I've talked to him a bit about it here and there. But yeah, I just don't want to kind of... I don't want to distract him from the things that he's working on, but if he's interested in maybe giving me some advice or you know, some helpful information or whatever, that'd be great. It's just that my problem is that, like, I'm kind of starting from the bottom, and it's like, I kind of need every little bit of information I can get, and even maybe, like, reference material would be nice. Like, in other words, like, if I had... you know, because, like, for example, like, to give an idea, like, I forget things. So, like, there's actually a couple of videos on using some of the software that I use where I've watched those tutorials, and they've explained to me how to do something. And then I go and I do that thing, and it comes out great. But then, like, you know, a week later, I find myself doing that thing again, but I've completely forgotten all the material that I've learned. So, like, usually what I try to do is first I'll, like, bring up the material that I created in the past, and then I'll kind of, like, look it over, and I'll kind of, like, reverse engineer what I did so I can relearn it. Like, I have this problem where I'm not very good at permanently absorbing information. Like, a lot of the time, like, especially when somebody's teaching me something through words and or showing me something. So, like, for example, like, Jabin, of all people, would know this. I was terrible in high school. I was not a very good learner. I had a very hard time absorbing all the information that I was learning. I failed a lot of my classes. I was not a very studious kid in high school. But I ended up finding out that that's because I learn differently from a lot of other people. So, like, for example, when something is being explained to me or something is being shown to me to teach me something, like, it's a situation where I can take in that information and then immediately on the spot reproduce it. But then, like, a week later, I can't recall that information. So, like, if I wanted to be able to recreate that information again, I would have to go back to the tutorial. I would either have to reverse engineer, like, what I've already done, or I'd have to go and rewatch the tutorial and do it over again based on what I'm being taught right on the spot. However, I do actually absorb information, but the thing is that the way that I absorb and learn information is by reading. So, like, being explained something verbally or being explained something through showing me how to do it doesn't necessarily click with me and doesn't stick right away. Like, I can reproduce it, but it doesn't permanently stay in my head. But you guys might notice, like I've kind of told you guys, I read a lot of books. I'm a very avid reader. And the thing is that one of the major reasons why I'm such a heavy reader is because reading information that is teaching me something, for some reason, sticks in my head better. Like, I can, like, for example, like, I can read a book about botany and teaching me about plants and stuff like that, and I'll have that information memorized because I read it, you know? Or, like, I can read a book about, like, I read the book Shogun, and that was all about learning about the Spanish Inquisition during the, like, late 1500s, early 1600s. And because I read all that information, like, I permanently have it memorized now. Like, I now understand the Spanish Inquisition much deeper than I ever had in my entire life before I read that book. So, like, reading books and, like, reading, like manual-based information is, like, the best way for me to learn and absorb something and then reproduce it later on in the future. But that's kind of hard for me when it's, like, you know, visual tutorials or audio tutorials and stuff like that. It doesn't stick in my head. Something about reading the information really sticks with me. And that's also, like I said, like when I was saying, like when I was in public high school and being taught by teachers, I was failing all the time. But, like, when I dropped out of public high school and I started going to a private homeschool study where everything was informational based, like all the work I had to do and all the learning I had to do was based on reading the books that they gave to me, reading the assignments they gave to me, like absorbing all the information and then reproducing it on paper. Like, that was why I was able to graduate from high school, because that was me understanding that I kind of had this unique way of learning from reading rather than learning from being taught something visually or auditorially. So, that's why it's really tough for me to kind of learn this stuff, which is, like, I can still, like, for example, like, I've been able to kind of, like, learn a lot of the video editing stuff that I've learned now because I've reviewed the tutorials multiple amounts of times, and, like, I've also been able to reverse engineer some of the stuff that I've already done in the past, and thus reproduce it again. But that doesn't change the fact that I still sometimes have to go over and relearn things over and over again. So one of the things I really want to kind of get into is see that if I can get, like, into a piece of video editing software that comes with, like, a physical manual or something like that, that I could just kind of, like, read through. Or even just, like, purchasing a book of somebody who's just written, like a full book explaining how to operate a particular piece of software or something like that that is for video editing. So, I mean, that's kind of how I'm trying to go about it. And I mean, like I said, like today, for example, like, I was just self-teaching. I wasn't even really, like, watching any tutorials or like, reading anything in particular. I was kind of just exploring the software a lot. Like, I was just kind of clicking everything, opening up, like, multiple different things. And doing that was really good, because just kind of clicking and, like, finding out, like, what certain buttons do what certain things, like, taught me a lot. Like, for example, I kind of learned how I was able to manipulate, like, my camera window and, like, my, you know, game capture window in different ways that I didn't know I had the ability to do so until I had accidentally stumbled into the menu and, like, played around with it a little bit, which was pretty interesting to learn. And I also, like, kind of had to learn, like what certain terms mean just by experimenting with them. For example, like, I made multiple videos today of just me experimenting with the different options in the software for transitioning the camera into different angles on the screen. And the very first video that I did, which was, like I said, these are not videos I'm going to release to you guys. It's just me dicking around trying to understand, like, how all the software works. So, like, the first video I made where I was, like, experimenting with the camera angles and the transitions between scenes, I thought I was, like, doing it all correctly. And, like, I was like, oh yeah, this is working, like, I'm doing this, and then I'm doing this, and I'm, like, saying it out loud as I believe that I'm doing it, and, like, recording the footage. And then, like, I stopped recording the footage, and then I reviewed it, like, I rewatched it, and realized that every single thing that I said I was doing, I wasn't actually doing it. So nothing happened. So I was like, as you can see, like it was funny because I had my like face in one spot, and I was like, and now I'm transitioning over here, and now I'm transitioning over here, and then like my face was still in the same damn spot nonstop the whole time. Every time I said I was moving, and I wasn't moving anywhere. So, but then I realized like what I did wrong, and I was able to correct it and like redo it, and then I was like, okay, well that's how that works. And another thing too was I was able to kind of understand like how the controlling the sound works, like controlling the background sound versus the microphone sound, which was pretty important because I needed to make sure that I wasn't like, I had to make sure that my microphone wasn't too loud, and I also had to make sure that the background music wasn't too loud, and that was kind of interesting to learn as well. So, like I said, it's kind of like baby steps, just kind of like taking one step at a time and kind of like, you know, making mistakes and learning from those mistakes and then improving upon those, and, you know, until you just keep on doing it until you get something that's actually cohesive and makes sense and looks like an actual, you know, video, like an actual video worth watching. So, that's what I'm working on. And I mean, like I said, like I'm not trying to do anything fancy. Like eventually at some point I want to kind of get into some really fancy editing, like maybe adding like weird little animations or something like that just to dick around and be silly. But that's like way advanced. I don't think I'm going to get to that, excuse me, for quite some time. But just kind of understanding like how the camera operates on the screen and understanding how the sound levels function with the different, you know, kinds of music and my microphone is really useful stuff. Like I said, like I wasn't expecting to make as much progress as I did today. And like I said, I haven't even actually started recording the actual footage yet. Like, in other words, the real footage of like the gameplay that I'm going to be recording. However, the point is that like I've made enough progress to the point of where like I'll be able to start doing that very soon. And like I said, because it's so ambitious, I need to just kind of take my time with it and make sure that I'm you know, getting it done right. But the point is too is that I actually need to do it, which is why I was like, okay, today I got to stop putting it off. I got to actually do it, and I did it. I did a bunch of stuff, and I'm really proud of myself. So that's good. That's good. But yeah. I'm actually like one of the things that I'm really kind of nervous about getting into is learning how to censor things, because I've never done that before. I don't know how to apply a blurring filter. I've never done that before. I assume that like that'll be something that I could probably do. Like I want to believe it's probably in the editing software that I'm going to use. I really want to believe that they have something like that. And I'm sure that like if I can't immediately figure it out on my own, there will probably be a tutorial on there that'll show me how to do it. And this is once again the opportunity for me to explain to everybody. I will be releasing this series, the Honey Pop 2 series. I will be releasing it on YouTube, but it will be censored. It has to be. I mean, there's no way to get around it. Like I can't release the uncensored footage on YouTube. It's just not okay, and I can't do that. And it's funny because I also found out that even if I choose to like add, like if I choose to have the option of like no nudity, there's still some pretty racy stuff going on in that game, even without nudity filter turned off. So what's going to be interesting is I'm going to play the game where there's no nudity, and then I'm still going to have to do some censoring. There's absolutely no getting around that. I'm sorry, guys. That's just how it's going to have to be. And then, however, I plan to release the uncensored footage, which will still have the nudity filter on it. But I will be releasing the uncensored footage on Patreon, because Patreon will allow me to do that, which is really cool. There's a few different channels that I've been following that kind of do stuff like that, where they release the normal footage, like they play like games that have nudity in them, or they talk about like, you know, films or books that have nudity in them, and they are able to censor down the footage and release it on YouTube, and everything's okay and everything's fine. but then but they won't, like, if I want to release the uncensored stuff, that would have to be on Patreon. So that's what I'm going to do, and I think it'll be really interesting to kind of see, like, what kind of reaction I get from that. But I do like the fact that Patreon will allow me to kind of release that stuff with no problem, and I think it'll be more fun for a lot of different people. Hey, what's up, G-Gamer? We were actually just talking about you, buddy. Jabin was, I don't know if he's still here, but he was in the chat log, and I'm basically talking about I'm basically in the process of learning some like video editing skills and things like that. Most of it is self-taught, doing a lot of like experimenting with the software that I have available to me, and also watching a bunch of tutorials and things like that online, which have been pretty helpful. And what Jabin was saying was that you have been doing a lot of like video editing and stuff on your own time with your own projects and stuff like that. And he was saying that I should ask you about learning some tricks and tactics on video editing and stuff like that, which would be really cool. I wouldn't mind if you wanted to get into like an online conversation and maybe give me some advice. I primarily use OBS Studio for recording like regular footage. Like I have my Streamlabs for streaming, but I use OBS Studio for video footage recording, which has been really useful. Like I'm actually, that's been the software that I've been the most hands-on with, and I actually really like how it operates. It's funny because I've had people kind of tell me like, oh, I don't think it's that good, and I'm like, I think it's great. Like it's been wonderful with me. So I've been using OBS Studio to record my video footage, and I've been using Shotcut for video editing, and Shotcut has been fantastic. I've been really enjoying it. It's been very user-friendly, especially considering that I'm very new to video editing. And I've been able to kind of learn a lot just from kind of finagling around with Shotcut and looking up tutorials and things like that. But I figured that, you know, if you wouldn't mind, like I said, I don't want to intrude or impose on you. I know you're a busy dude working on a lot of really cool and ambitious projects and all that, so I don't want to kind of, like, put you out of your way or anything, but if you wanted to, like, chat and kind of give me some tips and tricks, that would be super cool, because I really want to learn how to kind of, like, have a more hands-on approach and maybe be a little bit more professional with the kind of footage I'm putting out, so I would love to kind of have a chance to just chat and learn some stuff. So yeah, let's see. G-Gamer says that's the way to do it. I try crap on my stuff before I do it on the freelance job stuff. There you go. That's kind of what I'm doing. For example, what I was talking about earlier is all day today before I started this stream, I've been recording just kind of craptastic experimental video footage, just so I can kind of like practice editing with it and stuff like that. Because like I'm about to take on a pretty ambitious video game project, and in order to be prepared for it, because I need it to like it's going to require a lot of work. In order to be prepared for it, I've been basically kind of like experimenting and practicing with other stuff today, which is what I've been spending most of my day doing today. And I kind of just threw this stream together on a whim. I wasn't originally going to do it, but I, you know, wanted to stream because I like streaming. But yeah, so I'm kind of experimenting and messing around and learning a lot of cool stuff, because I actually learned a lot of cool stuff today from doing that. Definitely can help. Use it too, but I also use Streamlabs OBS. Yeah, well, see, I use Streamlabs for streaming, but I feel like that I prefer the classic OBS Studio for, like, it's like, because I have Streamlabs and I have OBS Studio. And, like, I legitimately feel like that Streamlabs is wonderful for streaming, but I feel more comfortable using OBS Studio specifically for doing video footage. It just feels a lot more crisp and clean, and like everything is right in front of my face, and I can kind of control everything a lot easier. And when I've tried to, like, I kind of recall like trying to like mess around with Streamlabs for video footage specifically, and I just didn't like it that much. But I really like how it functions with streaming. Like, for example, that's what I'm doing right now, is streaming on Streamlabs. But yeah, I definitely like OBS Studio quite a bit, just specifically for recording videos and manipulating that. Yeah, sure, alright, cool. I appreciate that, G-Gamer. Yeah, just, I don't know, I assume you're probably not on my Discord. If you want to join my Discord, I don't know if you use Discord, but here's what I'll do is I will put in a one-day link into the chat log. So basically, oh, they're not gonna let me do that, huh? Alright, that's fine. So if you want to join my Discord, this is it. And you, like, basically the link expires after today. So yeah, go ahead and join that if you want. I actually recently put my Discord on a restriction, a heavy restriction, which is basically if I get any new members, they have to kind of put in their phone number in order to join. You know, I don't have access to that information, and none of my other members have access to that information. It's literally just a safety precaution, because I don't want any jerkwads, you know, coming in and trying to hack the Discord or anything like that. So that's why I have that in that fashion. But yeah, it's, yeah, if you want to hit me up on Discord, that's chill. I mean, or you can hit me up on Facebook, I guess? I don't know. The reason why I like Discord is because it's just that, it's like a phone service, but like without using phones and phone numbers. And usually, like, when I have gotten into contact with people who want to like chat with me about working on software or stuff like that, usually we do it through Discord calls, and it's just really handy. But I promise you, Discord's not that bad. Like, I don't know if you already have an account, and we could just kind of like have a call. We don't have to do anything too crazy complicated. But yeah, I also stream on Discord sometimes, so that's kind of fun. And that's another thing too, is like, for example, if you wanted to like show me something that you're doing, like in the software or something like that, like you can stream that through Discord, like, and you can stream to me your process of whatever you're doing, you know, on Discord, to kind of like have a more hands-on approach with everything. General tips for video editing and whatnot. You do use Adobe Premiere Pro, so it may be a smidge different. Okay. Yeah, I assume that's probably one that I would have to, like, pay for and download. I have been actually thinking about, like, buying into editing software, simply because I've been doing it a lot more and realizing that it might be something I need to actually, you know, spend money on if I want to get really good at it. But I've been using Shotcut, which is like just a free piece of like editing software, and it's been really great. Like, I actually really enjoy using it. But I do understand that at some point I'm probably going to hit the limitations for using Shotcut and stuff like that. So, just kind of depends. Let's see. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, the main thing that I'm concerned about is, like, I don't know how to do, like, a censoring kind of thing for video editing. So that's something I'm going to have to dive into. I want to believe there's probably a filter for it in the editing program. And I just haven't found it yet. There's a lot of different, like, filters and stuff like that on Shotcut, which are pretty nice. Mostly for transitional pieces and stuff like that, or, like, adding in words. But I bet there's gotta be, like, a filter. I just haven't looked. I mean, I haven't looked at every single filter in Shotcut. But I feel like that, like, a blur effect for censoring is pretty standard, right? Like, that's something that, like, probably everybody uses at some point. So I feel like if I'm using an editing software, like a video editing software, there's probably, like, a blur effect in there somewhere or something like that. I feel like it would be kind of ridiculous for them to not have it. I just haven't looked for it yet. I think that might be the next major thing I try to find when operating that software. Which, honestly, after this stream, I'll probably jump right back into messing around with all that stuff. That's kind of been my major project for the day today. Yeah, I mean, you probably still have my number. That's probably fine. It's only like $20. Is it like $20 for a copy, or is it like $20 monthly or something like that? I mean, in all honesty, either's fine. Like, if you told me that it was a $20 monthly fee, I'd probably be okay with that. I mean, I pay like other more expensive monthly fees anyways. I mean, you know, it's not a big deal. But oh, and I don't have Photoshop either. Yeah, that's another thing that I've been probably thinking about. I use GIMP as my main photo editing software, which I like, but I also have recognized that it's got some limitations to it. I mean, I have been told by like mostly my father that like GIMP can get pretty complicated if I tried to like actually learn how to use it properly. And I feel like I do pretty all right with it, but I feel like I'm getting into that point where I probably need to step up my game, you know, and probably throwing a little money down just to kind of, you know, really step up my game and all this is probably not too bad. Like, I don't think it's that too bad. But I also have some other kind of like expense issues currently that make me not want to dive into it right away. I kind of need to stabilize my financial situation a little bit better before I can actually truly dive into some really like some of the more complicated stuff that I want to do for video editing and like Photoshop and stuff like that. God, I would love to learn how to animate. That would be so cool. But that's like another thing where it's like I would probably need Photoshop, I'd probably need a tablet, I'd probably need a whole bunch of things to get into it. But I really want to learn how to like animate stuff. That would be so cool. Like I kind of secretly have this dream of wanting to learn how to do like fully animated short videos on my channel. That would be super cool. That's my problem, you guys. I want to do a little bit of everything. Like, I don't have, like, a particular, I don't, like, in case you guys haven't noticed, I don't have, like, any one specific thing that, I want to be really, really good at. Like, you know, like, I don't necessarily want to be a complete, like, you know, video game content creator, and I don't want to be, like, you know, a complete anime reviewer, and I don't want to be, like, a complete, you know, painting tutorial guy, you know, like, I kind of like doing a little bit of everything. I'm very eclectic. I like doing lots of different things, and my tastes change rapidly across different kinds of material and stuff like that. And that's part of the problem is because I get bored with certain things, so I, like, want to keep jumping around and trying different things. And, so yeah, like, you know, I want to do video games today, and then I want to do vlogs to this day, and then I want to do cooking on this day, and then I want to do silly comedic shorts on this day, and then I want to do animation on this day, and, like, it's such a mess. I have so many interests in so many different things, and it's hard for me to focus on any one specific thing. It's ridiculous. But I would love to kind of, like, learn animation. That would be really fun. Working on esports edit. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, dude. Alright, cool. Glad to have you in the Discord, homie. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate that. Hey, and Scorpageist joined, too. I didn't know that. I thought you were always in here, Scorpageist. You cracked me up, buddy. Glad to have you, glad to have both of you in here. I'm glad you guys are both in here. Okay, yeah, $20 a month. Okay, but, like, you know, if I get a little more financially stable, that won't be a problem. Because I've been part of, like, multiple different, like, smaller services that are, like, you know, in that, like, you know, $10 to $20 range. Once I get a little more financially stabilized, I will probably do that just to kind of, like, because once you buy into something like that, like Photoshop and you know, like, video editing software of whatever kind you're recommending, like you have to dedicate. Like, once you start paying for it, like, you have to dedicate to it, because otherwise you're just paying for something that you're not using. So I think that if I can get myself a little more oh, my camera's being all shaky here. Just kind of be a little careful with that. That was my own fault because I was kicking the table there. But, like, yeah, once you, like, I kind of like the idea of, like, paying for something like that, because once I start paying for it, like, I can focus on the idea of, like, okay, I'm paying for this, I need to, like, dedicate and I need to use it. So it's kind of something I want to get into. G says, I had to throw all my money down and upgrade my PC because my videos ran my computer down. It's operational right now, but dying, trying out the Ryzen 5 3600. I have a pretty crazy computer over here, but I don't know anything about it. It was given to me as a gift. I call it the Stream Machine. My sister gave it to me as a birthday gift, and it's literally designed. I told her, like, that, like, because she was asking me, like, what kind of stuff I would need a computer for. And I was like, oh, well, I need to be able to, like, you know, stream in high quality. I need to be able to do video editing. I need to be able to play games in high quality and also record footage. And I gave her all this information, like, of, like, what kind of things I would need in a computer. And so my brother-in-law and my sister put together this crazy nice computer for me that allows me to kind of stream in higher quality and, you know, make videos and edit videos and play games in high quality and things like that. But I, in all honesty, don't know anything about the computer. I really don't. I don't know anything about my computer. I've even had people, like, ask me, like, for specs on my computer, and I've failed to inform them about what what my computer is, because I just, it was given to me as a gift, and I wasn't really heavily explained much information about it. What I know is that it does what it does, and it does what it does great. Like, you know? Because I'm not a computer guy. I'm not. Let's see here. Redwood says, nah, yo, use free software like GIMP. It's like Photoshop. Okay, well, that's what I'm using. Like, I am using GIMP, and it's been wonderful to me. I just probably need to get a little more hands-on with it. Maybe to learn more. Like, I know that my dad actually has a lot of experience using GIMP, and at one point there was one time where, because my dad likes to write articles, and like, he's basically trying to start his own little business of doing, like, articles and video essays on teaching people how to use different kinds of, like, video editing software and photo editing software and, like, all sorts of different kinds of things. And he one time sent me a article about using GIMP, and I was actually really surprised that I learned a lot from it. It taught me how to it actually taught me something that I really needed to know at the time that I had read that article, which was all about like, making certain images transparent and certain pieces of images transparent, and, like, how to run the filters and stuff like that. And so that was really useful, and I was able to do all that through GIMP. The only thing I could probably afford to learn to use GIMP a little better is cleaning up my images, making them look less choppy, making them look a little bit more curvy and natural, I guess, and maybe learning how to kind of like, sharpen up the quality, because, like, for example, some of my thumbnails kind of come out all blurry in certain portions and, like, not blurry in other portions. So, and that's something I probably need to be a little bit more hands-on with. Rileywood says, I can't focus on my creative things. I'm all over the place. I think that's what's important, is finishing things. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of similar, where it's like, not that I'm, like, not good at finishing things, but it's like I have such an eclectic taste that I feel like that I can never really truly focus on any one particular subject. And especially because I watch all these really successful video content creators, and I've noticed that a majority of them, like, a lot of their success is attributed to the fact that they are so streamlined focus on one subject. You know, like, the anime YouTubers always talk about anime, and, like, the magic YouTubers always talk about magic, and, like, the video game YouTubers always talk about video games, and, like, you know, drama YouTubers always talk about drama, and, like, they're so streamlined. And, like, I have such a hard time staying completely focused on one topic like that, you know? Like, I like to do lots of different things. And, like, I mean, any one particular project that I start on, like, I can get done, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to completely dedicate, like, everything I do to that one subject all the time. Like, I can start up a game and then finish that game and, like, you know, play it all the way until the end, unless I get bored with it, which has happened a couple times, or lose interest for whatever reason. But you know, I can, like, play a game and finish that game, but that doesn't mean that I immediately just automatically want to just start another game. Like, maybe I want to do a video where I eat a Cadbury cream egg, or maybe I want to do a video where I'm painting a magic card, or, you know, or maybe I want to do a vlog or something like that, you know? Like, I can't stay focused on only one specific subject, and I feel like that may be what's probably hindering my channel overall, but when I think about it objectively, like, you know, this channel is just me, you know, and this is, like, the kind of person that I am, you know, like, I'm not a person who just only plays Magic all the time. I'm not a person who only plays video games all the time. I'm not a person that, you know, only watches anime all the time, or, you know, whatever. Like, I'm a person that does a lot of different kinds of things in a lot of different kinds of ways, and, like, I feel like my channel kind of really reflects that a lot. And it's really nice because I do have, like, an audience of people who, like, really like that, you know? Like, there are a lot of people who really, really enjoy, you know, like, the fact that I'm willing to kind of do all sorts of different kinds of things. And that's really cool. You know, that's really cool. And I have to acknowledge acknowledge that that's really cool, that there's so many people who like all the different varieties of different kinds of things that I'm doing all the time lately. G says, same fam, I've been working on learning to code and eventually work on game stuff. That's pretty cool. You're into all sorts of different things. Every time I talk with you, G, you're always telling me, like, how you're working on tons and tons of different projects, and they all sound very different. So I get the impression you're pretty similar to me, where it's like, you know, you just want to do a whole bunch of different things. Like, you know, you have that kind of creative streak where, like, you just want to kind of dip your toe in all the different waters, and you want to be creative in a lot of different ways and do a lot of different things. So that's really cool. I feel the same way. Like, I like to be creative in a lot of different ways. I don't want to just be, you know, a one instrument kind of guy. You know what I mean? Need to get my hands on a 3070, says Lettuce. I don't know what that means. I assume that's computer talk that I don't understand. Download Specky. That'll tell you everything. Specky? I don't know what Specky is. I'll look into that. I'll try and remember it. Gets the job done. Okay. G, Ratherwood saying to G, SF Shock NRG, I've been using Learning Unity and C for like a year just to try to absorb as much as you can from tutorials. If you are motivated to do it, you'll learn. Well, I mean, that's kind of true for anything, you know, if you're really truly motivated. Like, that's why, like, I'm trying to, like, constantly motivate myself to, like, really get hands-on with the video editing, because I know that if I could just dedicate myself to it, like, I can get it done and I can learn it. Like, it's probably going to take a lot of, like, trial and error and practice and you know, doing lots of different things in lots of different ways, but I know that if I just stay focused on it, like, I can get that down. It's, you know, it's just all about dedicating yourself to it, I guess. Lettuce says I'm not a computer guy. Dude, you are such a computer guy. You're so full of shit. Like, I feel like you and my dad would get along so damn well, Lettuce. It's ridiculous. You two need to get in touch and talk with each other more. Ratherwood says, draw on your phone, touchscreen. There's tons of free software out there. That's something I was actually doing for a while. I actually have, like, a drawing app on my phone, but I don't use it that much. So I have two drawing apps. I have one called Draw Show, which I've never used before. And then I have another one called Autodesk Sketchbook, which I've used, like, a couple times, but I have not, like, used it in a really long time. I maybe should do that. But you know what? If you can recommend me, like, a good, like, art app for a Android phone, I will look into that, and I'll probably try and practice with that, because that would probably be something I'd want to get into. I just feel like that at some point I need to kind of get my hands on maybe, like, a tablet or something, so that I can really get into, like, trying to teach myself animation, because it feels weird trying to, like, learn how to do animation on a phone. I don't think it's impossible. I just think that it might be a little more challenging than if I were to have, like, the freedom and space and utility of, like, an art tablet or something like that. But yeah, if you could recommend me, like, some software for an Android, that'd be really cool. G says to Wrath, thanks. I've been doing some free Harvard classes online. It's been fun. If you're ever looking for free info, EDX offers free courses via online. Yeah, man, that's cool. Dude, gee, you gotta hang out on my channel more. There's a lot of cool people in here, especially like people like Wrath of Wood. Like, you gotta come in here and hang out with me more, dude. You get along with a lot of these boys. They're great people, especially Lettuce. Lettuce is a great person who is very smart and always helps me with all sorts of different kinds of things on my channel. Lettuce says the Cadbury cream egg was gross. Shut up. You know you love that video. I love that video. I don't care what anybody thinks. I thought the Cadbury cream egg video was amazing. It was so simple and stupid, but I'm so damn proud of it. I don't care what anybody says. Ratherwood says, gotta figure you'll have fans like me who just like you and are along for the ride no matter what. Well, I appreciate that, Ratherwood. Like, yeah, like, I definitely have, like, a good group of people. Like, I have, like, what, 139 people who, like, you know, come in and check my content regularly, which is really cool. It makes me really happy. And, I mean, I've been, like, a little weird lately because, like, I've been kind of, like, trying to grow the channel as fast as I can. As fast as I can. I've just been kind of, like, trying a lot of different things to kind of see how I can expand my growth a bit. But at the same time, like, I need to constantly remind myself that, like, I do have, like, an audience here, and, like, they're good people, and they enjoy what I do. And, like, I can't, like, get distracted with the idea of getting really big really fast or anything like that, because, like, you know, I make content that I like and other people like, and, you know, that's clear because there's 139 people who come here and kind of watch what I do and stuff like that, and that's really cool, man. So, yeah, but I'm glad that you guys like to watch whatever the hell I'm doing, because I know that I'm very eclectic and random and just kind of, you know, throwing all caution to the wind and doing whatever the hell I feel like, I guess. So, I appreciate that. Metabang is pretty good. Ibis Paint was okay, but Metabang is what I use the most. Metabang. That's like an Android app, I assume. Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick. Just so, like, I'm pulling out my phone. Looking it up real quick. There it is. Okay, cool. So I have here, it says Metabang Paint Make Art. So let's go ahead and install that, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll play around with it. I have been kind of getting that itch lately that I need to kind of go back and draw more and paint more and stuff like that, because I've been kind of lazy on painting, and I bet you that a lot of my painting skills have gotten pretty rusty since I haven't done it as much as I used to. Cool, so that's on my phone, and I'll probably play with that a little bit later. But yeah, I definitely want to do more art, but I kind of want to get into digital art. Like, that's something that... Because, like, guys, I have this dream. I have this dream, and I want to follow it. And I don't want to give up on it. It's kind of like this dream that I've had that I want to, like, learn how to do digital art. And I want to, like, make an animation series. Like, I want to do, like, a fantasy I want to do a fantasy, like, digital animation series really badly. Cause, I mean, I've kind of talked a few times about how there's, like, I've always kind of wanted to, like, write a book, you know, or a book series, I should say. But it's never felt quite right, but I feel like that if I could learn how to do, like, digital art and stuff like that, like, and I could learn how to animate, then I might have, like, a different, like, outlet for being able to produce, like, this fantasy series that I want to write, but, like, in animation. That would be really rad. I would love to, like, learn how to do that. But, like, obviously the classic saying is that you can't do it until you actually start doing it. You know? Like, you have to actually put your brain to the grindstone and, like, actually, like, get hands-on with it and actually do it. And I've been very bad about that. I've been not very good at, like I said, I've been kind of, like, hands off of my artwork lately, and I feel like I've probably gotten pretty rusty. The last major art piece I did was the forest artwork that I did, and I guess I've done a few sketches since then, but I definitely need to really get back down into it and really spend some time, you know, just painting and being more artistic, or in this case, maybe I'll just kind of mess around with that app and see if I can teach myself some animation skills. That'd be really cool. Because I don't know. That's another situation where it's like I wanna make videos, I wanna play games, I wanna learn how to video edit, I wanna do painting, I wanna do cooking, I wanna like make comedy skits, I wanna learn how to animate, I wanna learn how to write, there's so many things I wanna do. And like I just need to like really be able to kind of sit down and focus on something, you know, and that's kind of tough. Especially because I'm so eclectic with everything that I want to do, you know? These apps are drawing apps, not really precise photo manipulation apps. Okay, well, I mean, like, I would assume kind of like, you know, like drawing and more of I kind of know what you mean. Like, it's not like Photoshop, it's more like MS Paint or something like that, kind of, but like maybe a little more, maybe a little bit more well designed or something like that. Hey Cobalt, that's cool, man. Glad to hear that you're getting into that. That's pretty cool. Very nice, man. You keep working on it, bro. Glad to have you in here too. Yeah. So yeah. There's so much stuff I want to do. But like I said, like I'm definitely trying to get more hands-on with the video editing, and that's been on my mind all day today. I've also been working on some other things. I've been kind of like looking around at some more online jobs, and kind of hoping that I found one, but I then realized that after like I applied to it, they like, and it was weird because they didn't explain that you needed like it's one of those things where they were like, hey, like, we are, like, doing an open entry, like, writing content kind of job. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, so I can, like, immediately just kind of apply and, like, write some stuff for you guys. And, like, that could pay me pretty well. Like, that's pretty awesome. And then, like, I applied for it. And then they're like, yeah, so, like, we expect that you've already been doing, like, we said this is open entry, but we kind of expect that you've already been doing the writing that we're hiring for. And we want to make sure that you can send us samples of the writing that we're asking to hire you for that has also already been published. And I was like, but that's not like what you said when you like gave it to me as an application, man. Like, come on. Like, I thought this was open entry, dude. And now you want me to be published like already? Like, I don't have any like already. I mean, I am technically published, but like, it's not the kind of material you're looking for. Like, they were so specific about the kind of, like, material that they're looking for publishing. And I was like, well, that's lame. So I've been kind of, like, looking around at different kind of online jobs and looking into, you know, like, being able to, like, the online jobs that I've been looking at are mostly, like writing and stuff like that. Because I do have a pretty good talent with, like, being able to write, especially when it comes to informational pieces. But like it just really sucks because a lot of them are expecting that you've already like had like experience in writing and that you've already published, and it's like, well, you know, it's kind of hard to like, you know, it's kind of hard to be published when all of the publishers are looking for people who've already been published. You know what I mean? Like like the idea of like, you know, oh, well, like, we want to hire you for this job, but you have to have experience for the job, but the only way to get the job is if you've already had the experience. And it's like, well, then, like, what do you, like, how would I get that experience if I don't have, like, if I can't get into the job that would provide that experience in the first place, you know? Like, it's kind of lame. So that's kind of been something I've struggled with these last few days when I've been looking for some online jobs and stuff like that. But I'm not giving up on it because I know I can find something. I am getting to the point though where I definitely have to find something proper because, you know, I've been on vacation too long, you guys. Been on vacation too long. Like, I'm not scared or nothing. Like, I'm not like begging and pleading, you know, for a new job. Like, I'm not dangerously in trouble, but I do need to find something, that's for sure. Just can't give up on it. Gotta find something stable. Gotta find something I can do, and gotta find something that, you know, that is within my realm of skills, but also can be done from online, which is what I keep looking for. But that's been pretty rough, especially because a lot of the jobs, like, I'm thinking about trying out a job where, like, I really hate being on the phone. You know, I'm not a person who likes to be on the phone. I really don't. Like, I also do not like doing customer service. I hate that. And, like, what really sucks is that the majority of, like, a lot of the online jobs that I've looked into are all basically customer service on the phone constantly. And, like, I'm just like, I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. I hate customer service, and I hate being on the phone constantly. So it makes me a little nervous that I might have to, like, try and take something like that on. And, like, I just super don't want to do that. Like, I hate customer service, and I hate being on the phone all the time. It sucks. My ideal, like, online job is, you know, me being able to, like, write, like, an article for, like a news site or something that is, like, an informational piece, or, like, you know, like a review of something, which, you know, is kind of a lot of the jobs that I've been looking into. But one of them that I looked into doesn't seem like it's going to be, like, I actually did get hired on for an online job, guys, but it sucks because they want to, like, they want me to write reviews for, like, products that are being sold online. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But, like, the way that it functions is, like, the person who is, like, selling the product gets to choose who is allowed to, like, review their products. Which seems really ass backwards to me, you know? So, like, here I am, like, I'm supposedly I'm hired for the job. Like, technically, I'm working right now. Like, I'm technically working right now. And, I'm hired for the job. But, like, I can't do any of the work because I have to wait until, like, one of these, like, product sellers contacts me and says, please write a review on our product. Like, we're gonna send you the product for free, and then when you receive it, you'll have, like, a week to, like, write your review on it. And I'm like, okay, but, like, nobody's contacted me. And, like, then I had, like, the company, which I am supposedly hired for right now, which is kind of nice. I guess I could say I'm technically employed right now, right? Like, that's good. So, like, I had, like, the employer contact me, and they're like, hey, like, we believe that one of the reasons why nobody is hiring you to, like, send you out products for review is because you didn't finish, like, making your profile. So, like, you need to put a picture of yourself and, like, write your profile description and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, well, I'm already, like, putting my face out on the internet. Like, I'm, you know, I have my YouTube channel, I have my Facebook, I have my Twitter, like, you know, like, I don't mind putting my face in this profile. Like, this should be fine, I guess. Like, that's fine. So, like, I went ahead and put up a profile picture and, like, went ahead and, like, did a basic profile informational piece or whatever. And, like, still nobody's contacted me. And the most annoying part was that the employer then contacted me again and was, like, literally sent me the exact same message saying that they thought that I didn't put up, like, a profile picture or, like, a profile description. I'm like, are you a robot? Like, because it's okay if you're a robot. Like, are you a robot? Is that what I'm supposed... Am I employed by a robot? Am I in the Matrix? Am I Neo? Am I the chosen one? And I'm trying to, like, break through the code because there is no spoon? Like, what is going on here? Am I hired or am I not hired? Like, who are you? Are you a robot? It's just ridiculous. So, yeah, I guess I'm technically, like, not unemployed right now, I guess. But it's just really annoying because I was, like, really excited that I got hired on to, like, do, like, product reviews because I thought I'd be really good at it. But here I am, like, not, you know, like, doing anything and not making any money. So, like, I don't know. It's ridiculous. So I'm still looking for more online jobs that are similar. I've been kind of, like, looking at a few different ones that are all related to, you know, article writing and content creation and stuff like that. Because I just feel like that's like what I'm trying to go for now. Like that's kind of what I'm trying to establish myself as a person who, you know, creates content, whether it's video content or writing content or whatever. Like I want to be like a person who regularly makes money off of content creation. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it always has to be, you know, like YouTube all the time. Like I said, like that's why I'm looking at these other companies and being like, hey, like I'm a content creator. I can write articles for you. I can make videos. Like I can do voice acting. Like people tell me I have a beautiful voice apparently, and I didn't know that, but I'm glad that I know that now because that allows me to expand my searches for what kind of jobs I'm applicable. Now I can say that I can be a pretty voice in a video or something. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm just trying all sorts of different things and kind of seeing where it takes me. And like I'm doing okay. Like I'm not, like I said, like I'm not in panic mode yet. Like I'm not. But I would feel a lot better if I did have something that like was in the realm of what I actually want to do, and like, you know, that would pay me to do the stuff that I really want to do. Because I mean, like I said, like I've gotten to a point of where I'm kind of realizing that I can't really work, like I can't really do classic 9-to-5s anymore. And like, I mean, I can force myself, but the thing is like, this was a major learning experience for me, guys. The last job that I worked, like, worked me into a state of, like, physical danger, and I had to recognize that, like, and that's why I had to leave my previous job, was because, I was constantly overworked, I wasn't making enough money from the work that I was doing, and I was physically and mentally and emotionally exhausted, and it was taking a toll on my body. And, like, I had to kind of recognize that, like, you know, like, my physical condition isn't necessarily improving. I have to, like, recognize that the breathing issues that I've had all my life are now kind of being a thing that I have to, like, monitor more carefully and be smarter about and, you know, pay attention to. So, you know, like, I kind of realized that if I can, you know, become, like, you know, if I can be passionate and work really hard on content creation, and I can prove that to, like, an online employer and, like, work myself really hard mentally, which is something I'm more capable of than I am physically, then, like, that could become, like, a real job for me that I can make money, and it would also be something that would, you know, that I would enjoy doing. But, you know, like, I mean, I might have to, like, go back to doing, like, a job that would be more physically demanding, but I think I'm trying to be a little more choosy about it. And while I have the time and ability to kind of, like, not jump into whatever the hell is thrown at me, I get the right to be a little more picky and smart about what I'm gonna do. So I'm keeping that in mind. Like, I've already applied to a few different, like, places that, you know, would require me to, like, physically work, but maybe not be so physically demanding. It might have, like, a bit more of a more flexible schedule. And I am hoping that they'll get back to me. But until they do, like, I'm just going to keep on looking for more online jobs that, you know, would fit more into my wheelhouse of what I'm capable of doing. But like I said, it's definitely something that I need to be concerned about. Like, I can't take it lightly, you know? Like, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not in danger, but I can't be so relaxed that I let it, like, slip away from me, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like being aware of your situation, but also knowing that you're not in a panicking kind of state, you know? Just kind of, like, trying to, like, make things work out and be functional yet productive and also financially stable, if that makes sense. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I kind of fell behind on the chat log. I didn't realize how far back it went. Redwood says, it'd be cute if you had a talking cartoon pepper talking smack in your videos. That might be kind of fun. Maybe that'll be like an experimental thing I do or something like that. G-Gamer says, Snack Crate just got here. Nice, get those snacks on, bro. I avoid customers as much as I can. I'm dead inside from dealing with tons of people. Yeah, I mean, I can only take so many people so often. And, like, what's really hard is that I feel like that it's really hard for me to explain that to people. Because I feel like that I've, especially recently, I've gotten involved with a lot of different people who want to, you know, spend a lot of time with me. And that's really hard because that's, like, not the kind of person I am. Like, I mean, I'm very choosy when it comes to, like, spending time with people. Like, I'm very, like, I'm not gonna lie about it, I'm very judgmental on, you know, people's character and stuff like that. And, like, when I start to notice, like, you know, patterns in character that I'm not a fan of, I usually start to, like, make myself, you know, not want to spend as much time with them. And usually, like, if I think they're still an alright person, like, I'll spend time with them here and there. But, like, I kind of, like, am very choosy about the people that I spend lots of time with. And even, like, my closest friends in my life, like, the people that I am the absolute most closest with in my life, I am, you know, not constantly wanting to spend time with them all the time. Like, because that's not the kind of person that I am. I like my space. I love living alone, you guys. I live by myself. Like, I love it. Like, and that's the thing is, because sometimes I feel like that I forget that, you know? Like, I feel like that I forget that I love being alone, and I like kind of doing my own thing, and writing my own rules, and living the life that I like living in the way that I like living it. And I don't want to, like, go out and be surrounded by, like, tons of people all the time. And I don't want to go out and, like, spend, like, you know, all day with a singular person, or, you know, all that stuff. And, like, it's just that, like, it's tough because, like, I do get involved with people where it's, like, you know, like, my friendships are usually, like, you know, I get to be really good friends with somebody, and, like, I spend time with them, but then, like, I can go, like, a month or two without seeing them. But I still consider them to be really good friends. But, like, you know, like, I don't want to be surrounded by every single person all the time. And, like, I've been getting to know people who objectively want to spend more time with me than I'm comfortable with. And I keep trying to explain to those kinds of people that, like, that's, like, not what I want to do. You know, like, I like being on my own and doing my own thing, and I don't want to be surrounded by people all the time. And sometimes it's hard for them to get that idea, you know, like, get that idea about me, you know, like, it's, you know, it's just, I don't know. I just, you know, like, it's not like I hate people or anything like that. But I just kind of like doing my own thing, and, like, if I want to, like, you know, spend time with somebody, like, I will contact you and let you know that I want to, like, spend time with you, you know, like, in fact, I even reached out to 2 people today. I contacted 2 friends of mine today, letting them know that I would really enjoy spending time with them soon, and, like, one of them got back to me pretty quickly, and the other one hasn't gotten back to me yet, which is fine. Like, if, you know, like, one of them, I am planning to see one of my friends on Thursday, so might as well go ahead and bring that up, because it's possible that I might not be making any content on Thursday, guys. Because I'm going out to see a friend of mine. So, but, you know, and this is, that friend of mine is somebody that I sometimes only see once a month, you know? There are times where sometimes we, like, really miss each other, and we'll hang out, like, 2 or 3 times a month. And that's happened a few times. But usually, like, I will spend time with that person, like, once a month, and that's fine, and I'm okay with that, and she's okay with that, and we're okay with that, you know? And the other friend is the same way. Like, I mean, I haven't heard back from them, but that's okay. Like, if they don't contact me until next month to let me know that they do want to hang out, I'm not gonna cry about it, like, because that's fine. Like, that's just, I don't know. I just want to really get that out there, and that's a part of it, too, is, like, I hate customer service. That's what actually originally ignited this conversation, is that I hate customer service. I don't want to like, you know what's even less fun than spending time with somebody who, like, because I like spending time with somebody who genuinely wants to spend their time with me, but, like, you know, like, I don't necessarily want to constantly spend all my time with them all the time. But you know what's, like, way worse than that is, like, somebody that doesn't want anything to do with you, but forces themselves to speak with you because they're angry about something that they didn't get the way that they wanted, which is customer service. Like, I don't want to be on the phone with a person who's miserable, causing a miserable time for me and themselves to talk about why they're miserable. Like, I can't do that. Like, that's not a thing that I like. I hate it. I can't stand it. Like, I don't want to be around a miserable person. Like, I mean, you know, like, it was kind of like what I was talking about with you guys before about, like, when I was salty the other day in my playthrough. And, like, I hate being miserable in front of people. So, like, if I hate the idea of me being miserable in front of other people, then why would I want to personally be around other people that are miserable? Like, you know, that's like, I don't get that. So, like, that's why I'm not a phone service, customer service kind of guy. Like, I can't. And, like, I just don't like being on the phone either. I really don't. I mean, it's funny because when I was a teenager, I loved being on the phone all the time. But, man, like, as I got older, I just realized I hate the phone. Phones are terrible. Let me kind of catch up a bit more. I'm sorry, guys. See, talking about snack crates. You getting scammed? Be careful, Habs. Oh, okay. Well, then, you know, that's fine. I kind of, like, it's funny because I actually told my father about that job, and he's like, I think that's a scam. And I'm like, all right, whatever. It could be. I mean, I haven't spent any money at all. Like, and that's the thing, too, is because they kind of described it as it's a thing where it's, like, there are possibilities where I'll have to, like, spend money to, like, get things. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do that. So, yeah, I mean, I might just say that it's moot and just, like, delete everything, you know, whatever. I don't think it has any seriously, personal information. I guess I could check it tonight and, like, delete whatever the hell it is, just to make sure I'm not getting scammed, but I don't think that's gotten too much from me. One of those sketchy, too good to be true job things. That's how you know it's a scam. Well, I mean, it didn't sound like it was too good to be true. It literally sounded like I had to, like, actually put in work to get it done. Like, because it sounds like they just wanted me to write reviews for products. And I was like, I can do that. Like, whatever. It didn't sound like it was crazy simple, but it also just, it's like, the fact that, like, I've been a part of it and, like, nobody's contacted me about doing anything makes me think that it's... And, like, that's the thing, too, is because I made sure to also, like, look up the company and kind of read about it. And I even sent, like, the information about the company to my father so that he could look at it. And he was like, yeah, it doesn't seem that sketchy. Like, their website checks out. Like, the work they do seems to check out. Like, it looks like they're just posting reviews of products. Like, sounds like it's all right. Like, well, go for it, you know? Like, and I was like, all right, I'll see what happens. But it's just, like, the fact that it's super non-responsive and, like, nobody's contacted me about it and I'm not getting any information or any products or anything. It just seems really sketchy and I don't think I want to be a part of it, so. Javen says it's time to sign up for an OnlyFans. You know, considering you're, like, what, like, the 10th person to, like, tell me to do that, like, I'm wondering if it might actually have to be an option soon. So... Radwood says, get the carrots. Oh my god. Yeah, it looks like I got all my homies from my past hanging out. G-Gamer and Javen. Very cool having both you guys in here. Sorry about the no text back. Currently working on getting my phone bill paid. Oh, well, you know, do what you gotta do, man. It's all good. Hey, Anto! Glad to see you, buddy. Glad to have you in a live stream. You've been, frequenting my videos more often, which is really cool. But glad to have you in a stream, buddy. Thank you for being here. How's my weekend? It was okay. I'll be honest, I was pretty stressed out this last weekend. In fact, actually, after yesterday, because I was so, like... I was, like, stressed out from, like, all the stuff that was going on, and then on top of that, I played Little Nightmares, which was an absolute nightmare for me, and it stressed me out even more. And because of that, I got some neck pain. I have this weird stress response, you guys. Whenever I get really stressed out, my neck gets in pain. Like pretty serious aching and throbbing. So usually whenever I start getting neck pain, I'm like, okay, I'm too stressed out. I need to relax and chill out and just be chill. So yeah, I've been kind of dealing with some neck pain. It pretty much hit me after I turned off the camera after playing Little Nightmares yesterday. That's when the neck pain kicked in. And I'm still dealing with it right now, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday. So I just need to keep my cool. Like I've been stressed out about stupid things lately, and I've been trying to like when you have that kind of like thing where you like recognize that the things you're stressed out about are really dumb and they don't matter, and you're just kind of like trying to like talk yourself through it and get over it and be like I'm being too ridiculous. There's no reason to be this stressed out about any of this stuff. Like, it doesn't freaking matter. So just chill the hell out and relax, So that's what I've been kind of trying to do today is and that's like what was cool is because like actually like I was worried that because I was stressed out yesterday, and I was worried that jumping into learning all that video editing stuff today was going to stress me out more. And it didn't. Like, I actually feel pretty good. Like, I actually feel really accomplished, to be honest. Like, I'm proud of myself. I'm in a good mood. Like, I feel like I got a lot of work done today. Like, I feel pretty awesome. I'll be straight up about it. Like, honestly, like, working harder on what I want to do relieved that stress, like, which is funny because like that's what I was saying is like recently I was talking about this a while ago about how like I've kind of like gained a new like stress response, which is like when I'm really stressed out, I find that one of the most relaxing things I can do is diving into like one of my projects, like diving into video content or editing or coming up with like the next plan for a video or working on something else. Like when I've been really stressed out, I've been diving into working harder on my projects, and that actually has been a real great like stress reliever for me lately. So that's what I've been kind of focusing on is like every time I feel really stressed out and upset, I've just been like forcing myself to work harder on my projects, and it feels amazing. Like, it feels great because I feel like that not only am I like releasing that stress, but I also feel like I'm being really productive and getting a lot of things done, which is very cool. Let me kind of see what else is going on. Did you do anything enjoyable this past weekend, boys and girls? I think that's what I was responding to. I mean, yeah, like working harder. I've been watching a lot of anime. I got into an anime like these last couple of days that's, oh my god, it's so good, you guys. Like, and it's weird because I think I might have seen it in the past, but like I don't remember if I've seen it in the past, because there's like times where I watch it where I'm like, oh yeah, like I remember that. And then there are times where I watch it and I'm like, I don't remember this at all. Like, not in the slightest, Like, I don't even think I've ever seen this before. And I started watching an anime called Log Horizon. It was recommended to me. I basically recently took a huge list of new animes to start watching. And Log Horizon was one of the ones that I was like, okay, like I really want to watch this. This looks pretty good. It is so good. Guys, Log Horizon is it's so good. Like, literally last night, I watched an episode that was so goddamn amazing, it blew my mind. Like, it blew my mind! And, like, I can't talk about it because of spoilers, but, like, it was so good! Like, it blew my mind how good it was, and I was like, I literally had, like, it was so stupendous. Like, here's the thing, guys, like, I'm able to, like, kind of sit here in front of a camera and talking to you guys, and, like, I can also do that when I'm not streaming. And it's, like, the reason why that's so normal and comfortable for me, guys, is because I'm secretly a crazy person who talks to himself out loud. So, like, I had this moment last night where I was watching this episode of this show, Log Horizon, And it was so amazing that I paused the episode of the show and I sat here on my couch monologuing, not in front of a camera. I was literally like standing in front, like sitting on my couch in front of my TV, carefully explaining all of the reasons why the episode was so amazing. And I was saying it to nobody. Like, nobody was here. And then, like, I was like, that is peak crazy for me. Like, I can sit in front of a stream and talk at you guys. I can sit in front of a camera and, like, talk to people that are not there. And the reason why I can do that is because I'm a crazy person who talks to himself out loud. Like, I almost kind of see that I'm doing that right now. I'm so lucky I have a chat log in front of me. It justifies the craziness. But... But I did that last night. I had to stop the episode I was watching, and I literally, out loud, with nobody around me, listed off every single reason why that episode was so amazing. It was ridiculous. Peak crazy for me, guys. Peak crazy. Let me kind of catch up a little bit more. I'm kind of falling behind here. Customer service jobs suck. Absolutely. Customer service is a shitty conversation waiting to happen. Exactly. Just terrible people wanting to spread the terrible. That's all it is. Then again, any job right now sounds nice on unemployment. That's true, yeah. Oh, you're on unemployment. Okay, so you're basically like me right now. I'm unemployed as well. I mean, I guess technically I'm employed, but, like, I'm not, like, doing anything. I mean, I guess my job is right now full-time content creator, I guess? Like... It pays sometimes, like, which is cool, but, like, at the same time, I can't take it seriously as a job because, you know, I can't live off of it. But, you know, I'm technically unemployed right now, which is fine. I'll be fine. I'm fine, guys. Ratherwood says, post reviews say you got the product and email it to them. But the thing is they check it, like, they have, like, a whole system. Like, their website functions on a system where, like, they get confirmation if, like, somebody who's selling a product... like, sends it out to you. It's like, they have, like, an account for, like, people selling stuff, and they have an account for people who are reviewing things. And, like, the process of the two accounts communicating with each other is, like, something that website manages, so that they know whether a review is false or not, or whether a product was sent out or not. So, I don't think I could lie on that level. I don't think that would work. Loving the stream. Keep it up, man. Thanks, homie. I appreciate that. Thank you, G. Let's see. Sorry I haven't been in there for those videos. I want to play it, so I'm trying not to watch anyone play it. Oh, you're talking about the games that I'm playing? That's okay, buddy. Don't worry about it. I don't expect anybody to, like, be able to catch all my videos for whatever reason. It's fine. Don't worry about it, homie. Let's see. Doing a couples playthrough with my girlfriend on number 1. Okay. Oh, I see. You're talking about Little Nightmares. I see what you're saying. If there's any one piece of advice I could give you, G, play it with a controller. Don't make the mistakes that I made. Don't play it with a keyboard. It's impossible. It's so hard playing it with a keyboard. That's what made me so angry when I was playing it, like, the last few times, because I'm playing it with a keyboard. The controls on the keyboard are really unintuitive. It's so freaky. I'm excited to see what happens with 2. Well, I hope you enjoy it more than I do. Anto says, super stoked to be getting a free Bob Ross secret lair. Oh, that's right. That's a thing, huh? That's pretty cool, homie. I mean, Bob Ross is cool. I mean, I hate magic, but, you know, Bob Ross is cool. You want me to go into a rant about every reason why I hate magic? Because I've done so many streams already of me just talking about all the reasons why I hate magic. I'll be more than happy to go and rant about all the reasons why I think magic is now a terrible game made by terrible people. I'm not going to do that in this stream. Video editing is fun. Rendering is that meh part. I could see that, G. Deja Vu, the anime. It's got log in it. You've got my attention. I don't know about Deja Vu. Log Horizon's really good. It's... like, here's the description I've been giving to people about Log Horizon. Imagine Sword Art Online, but not terrible. Imagine Sword Art Online being an anime that's actually good. That's what Log Horizon is. Imagine Sword Art Online, but written by a guy who actually knows how to write a good story. Imagine Sword Art Online with no rape in it. I don't know if it's okay for me to even say that word in my stream. I probably shouldn't have said it. The R word. Uh-oh. Imagine Sword Art Online where the characters are not made of cardboard. Imagine Sword Art Online, but it takes place in a video game world that actually functions like a real video game world. So, I hate Sword Art Online. But the thing is like, what's really funny is I didn't used to feel that way. Like, I liked the first season when I was younger. So, like, when the first season first came out, I thought it was, like, the greatest anime at that time. And then I watched the second season, which was Alfheim Online. Terrible. That... garbage. Absolute garbage. That the whole Alfheim Online season... garbage. Absolute, disgusting, trashy, kill it with fire garbage, okay? And then they did the Gun Gale Online, which I was like, it's okay. It's fine. Whatever, you know? And then I tried to watch Alicization, and then I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. But what I did later was, what happened was I actually recommended Sword Art Online to somebody. And what happened was they told me, they were like, okay, well, like, I'm going to watch Sword Art Online. And I was like, okay, well, like, I'll watch it alongside of you and we'll start talking about it. And that way we can, like, keep up with it together. Because it's been so long since I've seen it. I don't really remember it. So, like, I rewatched Sword Art Online the first season. And I was just like, why is this not as good as I remember it? Like, it's, like, not good. Like, it's not good. Like, why do I remember this so fondly in my past, and now I'm rewatching it, and it's so trash? Like, oh god, I hated it. And, like, that's when I finally put my foot down, and I was like, okay, nostalgia goggles are gone. Like, I now have to accept the fact that Sword Art Online is just terrible. It's terribly written. The characters are boring. Like, the sexy scenes are not sexy. There's, like, there's a bad, like, not okay sexual... I'm gonna just say it's a sexual scene. I don't think I'm allowed to say the R word. So, there's a really not okay sexual scene in, like, Alfheim Online that's just despicable. Like, I don't care, like, if you think it's edgy or cool because it's edgy or whatever. The whole, like, not okay sexual scene in the Alfheim Online series is super not okay. It's, like, not okay, man. Like, I ended up hating it. But anyways, my point is that Log Horizon is like an intelligent Sword Art Online. It's actually really, really well made. It's very well written. The characters are very interesting. Like, one of my favorite things about watching Log Horizon is because, like, okay, so there are some, like, romantic bits and pieces in it here and there, but, like, one of the things that made me really love Log Horizon is the characters that are friends are genuinely, like, they have these moments where they feel like they're real people that are genuinely and wholeheartedly friends with one another, and they actually, like, really care about one another. And it's, like, the most wholesome shit. It's so wholesome. There were a couple times where I had to stop and I was like, that was beautiful, man. That was the most beautiful sign of friendship I've ever seen, man. Like, Like, it's like when you see the moments that they have where they're like just friends looking out for friends, it is like the most wholesome shit I've ever seen. And like the writing is so good. There's like I said, like I watched an episode last night where I was like absolutely amazed by how well done it was. Like because it was like a thing where they set it up in a way where like it was really cool. So they did this thing. I'm trying to explain it without spoilers. They did this thing where they did a setup where you could predict that the show was going to go a particular direction. And, like, I was able to recognize that right away. I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah is going to happen. Like, they set it up by doing this, and doing this, and doing this. Which means they were foreshadowing to this conclusion, right? And I was like, that's obvious. But then they had a moment where, you know, they got to that conclusion. I was like, oh, that was predictable. But then they were like, yeah, but then there's path A and there's path B. And I was like, well, path A would make the most sense, and path B would be a violation of, like, what you're doing with the story and the character. So I would prefer you to go down path A. And then they were like, okay, well, it could be path A or it could be path B. And then they were like, well, it's probably going to be path B. And I'm like, don't do path B. Path B will suck. And then they're like, well, actually, maybe we will do path A. And then they make it so that the character that was the most affected by path A was starting to do that. And I was like, but I thought you were doing path B, which would suck. But now you're going to go do path A. And I want you to do path A. What is it going to be? Path A or path B? And then they're like, we're going down path A. And I was like, no. And then they're like, surprise, the twist was actually we were going to go down path B, but we did it in this crazy, constructive, manipulative way that makes perfect sense and doesn't violate any of the story or any of the characters. And I was like, oh my god, that was genius, and I had no idea that you were gonna do that! Like, it was so cool. It was so cool. Like, and I tried my best to explain that as best as I could without any spoilers, but it was so good. Like, I was like, that was like the moment where I paused the show and I sat here and explained all the reasons why that was so genius to, like, nobody. It's so good! Go watch Log Horizon, you guys. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. It's so good. Alright, let me kind of catch up because I've fallen a bit behind. Let's see, oh, how far did I fall behind here? Yeah, EDD is so iffy sometimes. I go weeks without getting any. Only income I really have is from the shock for free. Oh, I see. Okay, you're talking about the being unemployed but, like, doing freelance stuff. That's what I'm kind of trying to do. I'm trying to see, because, like, a lot of the jobs that I've been applying for online stuff are, like, kind of, like, hiring for, like, set amounts of months where they're like, okay, we have, like, a set number of projects that we want you to work on, but, like, once those projects are over, like, you don't work here anymore. And that's kind of a lot of the stuff that I've been looking into. But I think that's the way to go, like, just kind of picking up projects as you go along. And what's really nice is that when you get into doing stuff like that, you start building up, like, a resume, you know, like, because you have experience in all sorts of different freelance jobs with different kinds of skill sets and stuff like that, and that makes you more hireable for other stuff that you would do. So, and that's kind of what I want to get into more. Let's see, my girlfriend wants me to fail. She threw me in deep with the PC setup. Usually it's not first person. I do controller just because my eyes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you're talking about the game again. Yeah, I've been playing Little Nightmares on the keyboard, and it is misery. It is miserable to play it on the keyboard. It's like I need 3 hands to be able to do everything that I need to do. G-Gamer, you love Sword Art Online? I'm sorry, buddy. I used to love Sword Art Online, and then I was awakened to, like, good anime. Now I think Sword Art Online is terrible. I can't stand it anymore. Sam Dunn? Hey, Sam Dunn! I don't know if I said hi to you already. Glad to have you in here, buddy. Did something change when you were excited about Zendikar Rising, or did you still get to enjoy that at least? I didn't buy any Zendikar Rising, dude. None of it. I was excited, and then I was disillusioned again. I'm done with Magic, guys. Like, I mean, I still have my Magic card collection. Like, I still have all my Magic cards over there. And, like, if my best friend comes over and he wants to play some Magic with me, sure, I'll whip it out and, like, we'll play some Magic the Gathering. I don't care. But, like, I'm done. Like, I'm done collecting cards. I'm done buying cards. Like, I'm done playing the game. Like, you know, like... And the thing is I was even talking about this a while ago. I was saying to Perp, my catcher, I was like, dude, like, the only thing is, like, I can enjoy the nostalgia of playing Magic the Gathering. Like, I can recall those memories. Like, I remember the times that me and G Gamer and Jabin Toman, like, we used to play Magic together all the time, and we loved it. And, like, I hold those memories dear to me, and I love it. And, like, that was, like, the best time ever, like, playing Magic the Gathering with those guys. And, like, I can hold on to those memories and be fond of them. But the game is not what it was anymore. Like, the game's not fun to play. The new cards are not fun to play. Like, the new game design is not fun. Like, the company isn't a good company anymore. The cards are trash. Like... You know, like, there's nothing about the game that's good anymore, and I don't want anything to do with it anymore. Like, there's literally nothing about Magic the Gathering that I enjoy anymore at all. Like, nothing. I mean, I think I like painting the cards. Painting the cards is cool. I guess, I mean, if you consider that as being part of still enjoying Magic the Gathering, then okay, sure. Like, yeah, I still paint the cards. I mean, I guess playing with my cube with my friend is fun, but that's because me and my best friend are, you know, having fun because we're enjoying each other's company. You know, like, Magic sucks. Like, I'm done with it. I don't like anything about it anymore. G says it's the one anime I don't bring up in my list of faves at Fanime and cons for a reason. Yeah, because nobody likes it. Like, because it's, like, it took a long time for people to realize that it's not a good anime. Like, it's because, like, the first season, like, here's the thing. Here's what I would say. I would say that probably the first 4 to 5 episodes of Sword Art Online are incredible. Like, the first 4 or 5 episodes are absolutely spectacular. And then everything after that is terrible. And the thing is the thing is, too, of why, like, you know, you can recognize it, is because there's so many animes that have come out since then, or even before then, actually, that have done what Sword Art Online has done, but way better. Like, see, seriously, G-Gamer, put the anime Log Horizon on your list of animes to watch, and you will literally see it is like Sword Art Online if Sword Art Online wasn't a piece of crap. Like, I'm dead serious. Watch Log Horizon, dude. It's literally the better Sword Art Online. It's like everything that Sword Art Online should have been. Like, dead serious. It's really good. It's really, really good. Like, I've been literally impressed by it. Let's see. James B says, Mr. Habanero's bringing sexy back. Yeah! I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah! Let's see. Rutherwood says, I read the Sword Art Online Aincrad manga. It was decent, in my opinion. I never watched the show, though. I read the first 2 or 3 light novels when they were online, like years and years ago. And I remember them being okay, but I also remember them being, like, really edgy and, like, one of the major problems with Sword Art Online, especially when it comes to, like, the light novels, too, is they do a lot of things that are really unnecessary and that are, like, super not okay. Like, one of the biggest jokes about the light novels, which I never really experienced when I was reading them, but I think it's because they happened way later in the novels, because I only read, I think, like, the first, like, 2 or 3 light novels, and, there's a lot of scenes with, What's-Her-Face taking showers and being naked in the shower in the light novels, apparently. That girl likes her damn showers. The writer has some serious issues that he needs to work out, is my point. Because in my opinion, I mean, basically, like, what I kind of figured out is, like, the guy who wrote Sword Art Online, he's not a very good writer, you guys. He's not. He's not a very good writer. And I mean, it's funny too, because like, based on some stuff that I heard, he tried. Like, he tried really hard to like write a good story. But like, he's just not a good writer. You know, like, just because you want to be a good writer and you try really, really hard to be a good writer doesn't mean that you're a good writer, you know? Like, and I got the impression based on a lot of reviews that I heard, like I watched a lot of videos kind of reviewing Sword Art Online and talking about its problems and things like that. And basically a lot of the time, like a lot of the overall agreeing issue that I heard a lot was that the Sword Art Online story is written by a writer who doesn't know how to write a good story. And, like, he tries really hard. Like, that's like, no joke. Like, every reviewer said that, like, when they were reading the overall story, like, they read, you know, they would watch the anime, they would read the mangas, they would read the light novels, and they would basically say every time, the guy tries really hard to, like, write a good story. But he doesn't know how to. He can't. He tries. He tries really hard, but he just can't. He's just not a good writer. That's just how it is sometimes. There are good writers and there are not good writers. And, you know, Sword Art Online was written by a guy who's just not a good writer. It happens, you know? Let's see. Gamer says, maybe look for writing scripts. You write great stories. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I've been mostly trying to look for, like, writing, but, like, you know, informational pieces. Like, I was looking into a online job that was writing articles for video games, specifically for Minecraft, and that sounded like something I could really get into. But the problem that I ran into is that they then demanded that I was already published for writing Minecraft articles. They were very specific about it, like, because it was funny because the application basically said, like, it's open entry, which means, like, we'll take on anybody, even if you don't have experience. I was like, oh, cool, okay, I'll do that, that sounds great, I can write about Minecraft, sure. And then, like, I applied, and they took my application, and they replied to me, and they were like, okay, so can you please, like, send us a reference of a Minecraft article that you've written that's already been published? And I was like, that's kind of the opposite of what you told me. You told me that this was open entry level. And, like, you're also demanding that you get a person who has been published for writing Minecraft articles to further publish more Minecraft articles. Which is very, very specific. You know, like, I don't really know, like, what they were expecting. And I really want to reply to that guy, but, like, I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to say, like, hey, like, I'm still very interested in this job, but I have never published a Minecraft article before. In fact, I was joining this with the intention of, I haven't been published for writing those kinds of articles, but I'd like to learn how to, and I'd like to do it. And I would be more than happy to send you samples of other work that I've done that could prove that I know how to write, and maybe that would be good enough for you to recognize that I can, in fact, do this, and you can give me a chance to do it, and if you don't like it, you could just fire me. So, you know, whatever. I mean, I guess I maybe should just kind of, like, I don't know, maybe I should just contact the guy and be like, here's the deal, you know, and just basically say that. But, we'll see. I don't know how it's gonna go. Still got those decks, the elf and the slivers. Yeah, I mean, I have one elf deck, and I have a blue-green elf ball, and I have a sliver Elder Dragon Highlander. But the thing is, gee, I don't know if you know this, but because I know that you remember this. You remember that I have Sliver Queen and Sliver Overlord, right? So those cards are worth a fortune. I don't play with them. They're in cases now because they're way too valuable to play with anymore. But yes, I do still technically have the blue-green elf ball, and I do have the Sliver Elder Dragon Highlander, but the Queen and the Overlord are in, like, cases because, like, I think, like, Queen is, like, worth, like, $500 now, and then Overlord is, like, pretty expensive as well. I don't remember how much he's worth, though. Let's see. see, I legit built a sliver deck because he kicked my butt too many times, so I said, F that, let's make a sliver versus sliver. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even like my slivers anymore. I mean, like, I have all the slivers. I mean, well, that's not true. I don't have any of the, like, new age slivers. I just have, like, the old ones from, like, Time Spiral, and the slivers that were in Time Spiral, and the slivers that were before Time Spiral, and that's it. So like all the Scourge slivers and like the Stronghold slivers and stuff like that, but I don't play with them. I don't really care. Like, in fact, all my Elder Dragon Highlander decks are down here in this little thing right over here in front of me. But I mean, I don't really do that. You enjoy the MTG community. I do actually enjoy the MTG community. I really enjoy the people that are... Sorry, I was just reading something real quick. I really enjoy the people that I associate with in the Magic the Gathering community, but I really do not like Magic the Gathering anymore, which is very difficult because it's very difficult because it's really hard to like be involved with a community of people for that are focused around something that you really dislike, and that's kind of the situation I'm in. DLG says, just showed up. What was the name of that anime again? Oh, it was called Log Horizon. Log Horizon. It's very good. I highly recommend it if you guys have not seen it. I've been enjoying it. In fact, actually, I'm probably going to go watch it once I end the stream, which is going to be in just a couple minutes because we just hit the 2-hour mark. G-Gamer says, start a Fiverr. Maybe. I don't know. I've never done anything like that. I guess I could look into it, see if that's something I might want to do. I mean, might as well, right? I mean, I don't know. Okay, so, I do have to wrap it up, guys. This was really fun. Kind of like just hanging out and chatting. I was saying how I might just go watch anime, but I also kind of wanted to do more, video editing stuff after this, too. Maybe I'll do, like, a little bit more video editing, and then I'll, watch some anime after this or something. I don't know. Okay, so I do have to wrap it up, and thank you guys all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and like and comment and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you guys can be aware of all the wonderful things I'm doing. Doing all 4 of those things, the liking, the commenting, the subscribing, the hitting the notification bell, all that stuff, are super helpful to me. They make the algorithm think that I'm amazing and do cool things, which I like to think I do, and I feel like most of you guys think that I do cool things as well. And that allows me to kind of get further out, have a bigger reach, and all that cool stuff. So I really appreciate it if you guys do that. Check in the description below for all my links. I have a Twitter, I have a Facebook. I'm not the biggest fan of Facebook, but I feel like I should advertise it more. But I'm using Twitter a lot. I actually really like Twitter, so I've been enjoying that. That's been really fun. So join me on Twitter, because I talk about, like, random things, I guess. I also have, like, a Streamlabs account for donations, and I also have a PayPal account for donations. So, like, you can donate to me if you so choose to. It's greatly appreciated, really helps me out, and pretty much all the money that I make on donations goes directly into the channel for buying equipment or, you know, better software or what have you. Greatly appreciate it. I also have a wonderful Patreon with wonderful Patreon members, which is also becoming slowly but surely more active, especially with the new content I'm about to be creating. And my wonderful Patreon members are ya boy Lettuce, the Bow Falcon, the Mr. Fajouk Enterprises, the amazing James P., and the beautiful Miss Rebecca. I love all my Patreon members. They support me constantly, and I greatly appreciate that, and it allows me to keep doing what I'm doing here. And they're just wonderful people anyways, who just like to communicate and hang out, and they're just good people. So if you want to be part of that really nice group of really good people, join the Patreon. It's greatly appreciated. Let's see. I also have a P.O.Box if you want to do that. Send me some cool mail. I always open mail on stream, and I really appreciate that as well. I think other than that, though, guys, I'm going to say the very last thing that I always say, which is, guys, follow your dreams, okay? I'll see y'all later. You guys have a great night. Take it easy, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. See you later. Go watch Log Horizon. It's really good, I swear. It's so good. It's a better Sword Art Online. I can't state it enough. Go watch it. Okay? Goodbye, guys. Goodbye.